When I think about acceptance, I think about my 8-year-old learning how to swim. And one of the first things that you need to be able to do to learn how to swim is to be willing to get wet. And unfortunately for my 8-year-old, that was sort of the thing he was trying not to do. He didn't like the idea of wetness. And with acceptance, a lot of times there's just something that we don't like, something that we don't want, that we are avoiding. And that is fine. If you don't care about learning how to swim, or maybe there's nothing about swimming that interests you, you never have to accept getting wet. But when there's something that you care about that your non acceptance is preventing you from being able to do, then we have to learn some practices to be able to tolerate and open up to getting wet, whatever that getting wet is for you. We spend a lot of our life on the side of the pool looking in and avoiding trying to get wet. And I know that you can relate to that. There's maybe intimacy within a relationship that you want to pursue, but it's uncomfortable. So you don't move towards it. Maybe there's a job change that you want to make, but it would be scary. You'd have to put yourself on the line. You'd have to risk your ego. You'd have to risk the feeling of rejection. Or maybe there's a deep end of grief that you're terrified to move towards or climb into because you fear that it would just overtake you and overwhelm you. When we learn the practice of acceptance, we first just learn to float. And once you can learn to float, once you can learn to open up and allow and make space and room for the wetness, you don't get so engulfed in it. It doesn't overtake you so that you can eventually flip yourself over and start to move your arms and your legs and swim.